So hi, this video is made like to differentiate for you the level of like 6.5 to 7, like to 7.5, you know. And this one like will be like the first demo of video. If you have any kind of concerns related to like the questions of task 1, task 2 or task 3, just tell me and then I will like prioritize them in the next video. So this kind of video will have several kind of new words. So after like you have several kind of listen to the radio and you could not like recognize what is the word, and then you should tell me. Okay, so we shall start now. The first questions.
What do you do?
This is the level of band 6 to 6.5. Well, currently I am learning in National Economics University, which is like NEU, and it is a really big school which has a lot of students and a lot of amazing teachers.
What don't you like?
Hey, stop the video.
Có nghĩa em tưởng. What do you do?
Well, like I have to admit that currently like I'm majoring in NEU, short of Economics University, and finance is my main major. So you know, like I have a lot of work to do. Even though like, it was quite up to the years, yet I felt very proud of being one part of my prestigious institution.
What do you like in your school?
Well, I have to say the most things I am interested in is like my job has a lot of opportunities to get employed in the real market, you know. And at first, like many people feel quite boring in terms of this job because of its difficulty in learning. Yet once you understand the measure and the discipline of this kind of job, like you will find it is like such a profitable job that you can follow like in the future.
What do you like in your school?
So you know, like there are an eclectic mix of reasons to explain my love, my like a lot of love for this kind of school. And first of all, like it is like customary for its reputations because of the high standard, you know. And however, like the allure of this kind of school to me just doesn't depend on like just the reputation or the prestige of the school, but like the opportunities it can offer. It can offer a wide range of vocational or line of work that you can do like in the future, you know. And if I had to tell you several kind of indications, so like the worth in the Wall Street may be like a good example to be cited to explain or to prove that this kind of work is such a lucrative occupation.
What don't you like in your school?
You know, like I don't know whether you can tell it or not, but although like NEU is so famous and is so big with such a good developments recently, the facilities like does not catch up with or does not like meet the demand of the students. Moreover, like, as you can see, the NEU like the homework is so much so that like the students will feel stressed and pressure when being under like when learning in the school like that.
What don't you like in your school?
Well, as prestigious and wonderful as NEU is, there are several things that is least to be desired, you know. So first of all, that was like the facilities and the top-notch gizmo like does not up to par to the student populations. Moreover, like the heavy workload does not facilitate the students to have enough quality time to pursue their kind of dream and pursue their interest in their quality time.
What are you going to do?
So currently I am in love of being a bank accountant, you know. Like getting a job in a bank is always my dream. Even though like at first I know that I will have to do several kind of easy work like to meet the customers or something, but if I work hard enough, you know, in the future I can like have a lot of opportunities to be a manager. When that is the time, I think I would earn a lot of money.
What are you going to do?
You know, I bet that you know this. There are a lot of directions that you can go and you can pursue with the finance major. So currently I am gravitating toward like become a bank teller, you know, even though I need to start out with that kind of position, which is kind of mundane and repetitive. And I know that if I am tenacious enough, I would be like a manager someday. That is the time when the money starts rolling in. So I don't need to be rushed, since like nothing worth having comes easy, you know.
Where are you from?
You know, like to talk about hometown, like I currently live in Hanoi, yet when it mentioned about this kind of aspect, they will want to know like actually where your father lived in his childhood. So I may say that is Nam Định province.
Where are you from?
So you know, in my entire life, I was born and raised in Hanoi, which is like the heart of the city, and it is such the capital, you know. Yet when it refers to like the hometown, like they may want to know like where is actually the hometown of your dad. So I may say that is Nam Định city. So that is like a smallish city, and it is quite relatively quiet, and it is such like a great opportunities that you can come there like to seek for tranquility, like after like suffering several kind of madness happening in the city, you know. Like my dad like religiously visit his hometown, like to pay a flying visit to like his siblings and his relatives, yet I did not manage my time to do so.
Would you want to live in your hometown?
Well, this idea is quite interesting, you know. Like when mentioning about my hometown, like it's super peaceful that I have mentioned before. So like the lifestyle, you know, like would be like less rush compared to the city. Yet I have to say no in this kind of thing, since I am interested in the life in the city more. Like things are very like amazing, and I love like the developments, like the fast-paced development of the city. You know, even though like the price is so high, but that is the thing that I want to trade off compared to like the benefits when you live in the rural area.
Would you like to live in your hometown?
Well, you know, like mentioning this kind of question, like it is quite entertaining for me. Yet I've got to say no to you. Like even though like this kind of place is a perfect choice for you to seek for serenity, like seek for serenity, like after like you got a strenuous time, and it's perfectly affordable, so affordable for you to raise your kid or something. Yet I consider myself as a sucker of the allure of the metropolis is more, you know, even though like the property price is criminally high, you know, and criminally expensive and exorbitant. So that is the thing, yet it was the thing that I'm willing to trade off, since like the tremendous benefits that the metropolis or the urban areas can brought to you, like as I can name some, like for education or medical or like.
Where do you live?
You know, I'm living on Hoàng Cầu Street, like which is like kind of quiet space, and it is located near the heart of the city, so you can easily go to anywhere to this kind of city. And with such fast developments recently related to like the transport, I think like this kind of place will soon to have like the higher price in everything once like that development finished.
Where do you live?
You know, like currently I'm residing on Hoàng Cầu Street, which is considered a quiet-ish space, and you know, this kind of place is quite strategic locations. Whether you want to build a business or build establishment, or you want to like reside with your families. And you know, since it was in such a perfect or a niche location, so it's just a short drive away to anywhere that you want to go in this kind of city. And lucky enough, like this kind of my neighborhood has several kind of fast-paced and constant changing developments, especially like the transport system, which is like the sky driving train, like which is kind of nearly finished. And after that kind of completion, I think like the property price would like go through the roof. It was the matter of the time only.
What don't you like in your neighborhood?
You know, I don't know that whether you can tell it or not, but though my kind of place is quite ideal to live, there are several things that I'm not fond of. For example, like there's a lack of shopping and dining, where you can like where you can go there like to chill out with your friends or with your families. But thankfully, like it is changing now.
What don't you like in your neighborhood?
You know what? I don't know that whether you can tell it or not, but as ideal as my location is, like, there are several kind of things that I'm not a fan of. For example, like the eclectic mix or like the variety of shopping and dining is sorely lacking. So it was really hard priced for me like to find several kind of locations that I can have a chill walk with my friends, or I can take my families out. So thankfully, this is it do changes now.
Are there lots of advertisement in your country?
Well, when mentioning this kind of aspect, obviously I have to say yes, there are a lot of things. You know, like advertisement become really common nowadays. In the past, like it appears in the billboards or some local newspapers. Yet right now, like in the digital world, it happens on like many websites, which has a lot of places for you to add your advertisement there. So I think like the more technology comes, like the higher or the more common of advertisement comes into play.
Are there lots of advertisement in your country?
You know, like when mentioning this kind of aspect, the advertisements or the promotional tool turns into ubiquitous recently, and it happens like in the form of various platforms. You know, like in the formative years, like when you want to have your products advertised, you would see it such a common sight in the billboards or local news. Yet in this day and age, like the websites has the ad banners and the ad spaces for you like to advertise your kind of items and merchandises, or like to increase the traffic flow to your kind of page. Moreover, like celebrities endorsement is such like a subtle form that for you like to draw an appeal to many kind of potential customers.
Why do they advertise now?
You know, when it comes to like the strategy of the company, like of course there are several kind of reasons. Yet I would tell you that I don't want to bore you with details. I will tell you that like the advertisement comes into play just because the market is so fiercely competitive. If you want to be more special than other kind of companies which sell like the same products as you, then you need to like spend a lot of money on advertisement so that like you can increase not only like the interactions with your potential customer, but also you can improve like the hits, the smash hits on your social media, and of course like the number of people coming to your page to see your kind of products.
Why do they advertise now?
So you know, like when it comes to justify this kind of phenomenon, all come down to the fact that the market is fiercely competitive right now. So if you want to stand out from your rivals, like who sell the homogeneous items compared to your kind of entrepreneur, then you need to spend big bucks on like promotional tools, you know, like since it can guarantee you like not only like the sale expansions and the profit extension, but also like the traffic to your kind of page, and you can get a lot of smash hits and more interactions with your potential customers or even like the current ones.
How do you feel when you see advertisement?
You know, like when it comes to my feelings, you know, like it is both good and bad comes together. I bet that you are in this kind of situation too, since several kind of messages conveyed through like the advertisement is so interesting, and of course because of the good effect they use, including like the music or like the characters in this in the plot, you know, and of course you will like be drawn and appeal to see it. Yet it is quite boring too, and of course it is so annoying when you want to like download something on the internet or you watch a movie and like the advertisement still like happened like day in day out and you cannot know how to skip it. Then of course it turns into like something that can pull you off.
How do you feel when you see advertisement?
You know, when it comes to like my state of emotions, I had to say that it's quite ambivalent in some cases. Yet several times like I find some arts really fascinating, either because of its like eye-catching kind of effects, including like the music or the six-packed or dazzling smiles from the characters in the plot, or like it is the compelling or intriguing the story and the messages it conveys through 3 minutes of promotion. I felt simultaneously it is such a nuisance too. It is such a nuisance and it is putting me off like every time I try to scroll down my feed and I want to like stream down several kind of my music and my movies. Then it's still keep popping up and I didn't know how to skip it.
Do advertisements influence what you buy?
Of course, I know that you can relate to these kind of questions. Advertisement does impact a lot in our life. You know, like when you watch like an advertisement, of course, it can like change your behavior pattern. Of course, you want to buy several kind of useless things just because of it's so amazing at that time. And after you see several kind of luring advertisements, and then it makes you like have some smart decisions to buy or to purchase several kind of items that like in the normal days you don't have any kind of thought of using it. Then of course I have to say it tricks us into several kind of behavior related to like impulsive purchase, you know, when it comes to like the great influence of advertisement on our life, I have to say like without a shadow of doubt, it is like the advertisement has the power to manipulate our behavior pattern, you know, like when you see or when you watch like an enticing advertisement and it tricks us into purchasing several kind of materials that was totally useless of us, and watching the enticing advertisement or promotional tools which leads to your like buying something on impulse, is just a matter of time that there are chances are you will throw it away sooner or later. So when it comes to like the influence, I have to say it is unfair if we like deny or we unrecognized like the influence of advertisement on our life. Do advertisement like influence what you buy?
So honestly, I have to admit that sometimes when I see advertisement on the TV with a like vivid color of the product, sometimes I will lose myself in it, and sometimes I desire to purchase them right off the bat.
How do you feel when you see advertisement a lot?
Actually, I consider myself is around.
How do you feel when you see advertisement a lot?
Honestly, when I see too much advertisement on the TV or sometimes on the social media, it just crazy me, it just drives me nuts. And because sometimes when I watch a movie release the stress after after overwhelming deadlines. The advertisement just take up, and it just make me feel so annoying.
Okay, so when are you most productive during the day? When are you most productive during the day?
So actually, I consider myself as an early bird, and because of that, I always make everything just more productive in the morning. And actually, I really, unlike other people, like my sister who always work in the night, however, when I have to for example, when I listen to the IELTS listening test or make some mental note of something at the midnight, I cannot remember anything.
Okay. Was your routine different when you were a child?
So definitely yes, because when I was a child, especially in the primary school, when the time of the school start quite late, like at the half past eight. However, when I comes to the high school, which is more earlier, and I have to wake up. I have to wake up really early, and which is not the thing that I'm a fan of, because before the nights before, I have to prepare a tons of assignment, and sometimes I have to stay up late to like 12 or even like 1 a.m. So when I wake up too early like that, I really hate it.
What is your daily routine?
Yeah, like I said before, I'm early bird, and my daily routine actually really simple, because sometimes I just really don't care for it, because I have the really early school. So actually I just wake up and have some basic skincare and have a great meal and then go to school.
Are you an active person?
This is quite a quite interesting question, because actually I'm not consider myself as an active person, because sometimes sometimes when for example, when I have to deal with the exam, or like when I have to deal with unexpected stuff in life, my mind sometimes go a little bit blank, because like when you have to do something too rushed, like me, I cannot think about anything.
Okay. So this is kind of the video that I did it for you. So say hi to our guest speaker, and then you can learn a lot of things, or even she has made a mistake, you can learn from it. So bye.